Hi everyone, I'm here to show a trinket box that I made for the Scrap and Stamp side order blog hop that's happening today. Follow along, make sure you leave comments, and you could win a giveaway from Scrap and Stamp. Okay, so I'm starting with a 12 by 12 piece of glossy paper. Now this paper was actually the backing out of a package that I got, and it just felt like glossy paper, heavy duty, so I decided to give it a try for this project. Putting down some Distress Oxides on my splat mat, and that is Picked Raspberry and Worn Lipstick. Giving that a good dry. And then I'm going to go back in and give it another few little dips into the ink. Make sure that has some good coverage over the entire backing. Give it a good dry. Dry up any little splotches with my paper towel roll. And now I'm going to put down a third color, and this is Distress Oxides, Broken China. I just like the blue and the pinks together. Definitely going for a spring Easter type feel for this trinket box. Lay my glossy paper down again and get some nice little pops of blue on the pink background. I noticed that some of the blue on my craft mat was going a bit muddy. I must have left some pink or some other color on there, so I decided to wipe it up and start with some fresh Broken China on there for my next layer. Again, giving that Distress Oxides a spritz of water is very important because you want that oxidization to start. I'm going to add a bit more blue on there, making sure to give the paper a really good dry in between those layers. Okay, adding a bit more blue, spritzing a bit more water on those inks because they were starting to dry a bit. And again, giving that a really good dry. Okay, so that, oh no, actually I forgot. I added one more layer of the Picked Raspberry. I did want a little bit more pink on top of the blue, so I'm going to do that. Just gives it a nice extra pop of color there. And one more layer of blue coming up. Again, Distress Oxide, Broken China, another spritz of water, and I'm just trying to fill in just some other spots in there, just to add in a bit more depth of color. Okay, so now once that is dry, what I want to do is remove the oxidization film on there, and I'm going to use the Distress Micro Glaze with a blending foam, and I'm just going to go over the entire surface, and that removes that oxidization haze off those colors and really makes them come to life. You really see every single layer of color, and it really makes it pop and shine. So I'm going to go over the entire surface, and once I'm done that, I'm going to take a cloth and then I'm going to buff off that Distress Micro Glaze that is now covering it. That just gives it a really nice shine once you buff off that Distress Oxide. Okay, and you can see the shine that leaves when you get that Distress Micro Glaze all buffed off of that. Okay, now I'm going to take my 12 by 12 sheet of glossy paper, and I'm going to cut that into two 6 by 12 pieces. Now prior to recording, I did another sheet of 12 by 12 in the exact same way, so I'm actually going to have 4 pieces of 6 by 12, and I'm going to apply these to both sides of some mat board. Now I don't have the ThermoWeb adhesive, so I'm just using some Be Creative wide tape to put on the back of my paper before I apply it down to the mat board. And this works really well, and I always put this on prior to die cutting. It just makes that paper adhere to the mat board so well. So I'm going to do this to all 4 pieces of my glossy paper, attach it to the mat board, and then I'm going to die cut it out. Okay, now that I've got my 12 by 12 glossy paper adhered down to 2 sheets of mat board, I'm going to die cut it out using the Sizzix Eileen Hall Trinket Box die. And you can see all the pieces. I cut out 2 sets, one with the window and one without the window. Off camera, I did assemble the box. If you're looking for a video to show you how to do that, there's lots on YouTube, so I encourage you to go check those out. Now I'm using the Springtime side order set and cutting out the bunny and his little matching bow. And I did die cut that out of Distress Craft Core, which I had taken my sanding block to and distressed a little bit. So, like I said, I had assembled the box off camera and it came out beautifully. The glossy paper held up really well. And before putting this green velvet rickrack ribbon around the window, I did take a piece of acetate and put it on the inside of the window. You can sort of see the reflection of it there in the light, but I did do that off camera as well, and I just adhered that with some white glue and let it dry. So again, this green velvet rickrack is something I've had in my stash for a long time. Haven't used it, and it just seemed perfect for this project. So I cut a piece of it off, and I'm just using some white glue to adhere it down around that window before gluing down the bunny embellishment. Now this project, I'm actually going to be making a few more of these, and they're going to be for place settings for Easter dinner. We're going to go at everyone's place settings, and I'm going to fill them with the mini Easter eggs so that people have like a little yummy treat to have after dinner. So this was a really fun project to make, and I'm going to make a few more, and I'll probably have to make maybe 5 or 6 more, so I should probably get started on that because it could take me a little while to get all that glossy paper done. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I encourage you to follow on the rest of the blog hop. All the links will be in the comments section. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.